All right, you're all being recorded. Be on your best behavior.
All right. So can you see this?
You're holding up two triggers.
No.
No, you can't see.
No.
Nope.
All right. No? Nope, still nothing?
Still nothing. I'm going to make you, there you go.
Okay.
Success.
All right, cool. So you see a SQL query there?
Yep.
All right. I'm just going to hit play. Let me know if there's any weirdness with the video, and I can kind of walk you through. I'll just turn down the sound on the video, but we'll go with it. Basically, what I'm showing here is I have a query that creates tables, and you can create tables at any level of CloudTrail. So if you have a bucket for, in this case, 2017, you could run it against, you could create a table for all of 2017. You can create individual months beneath that, and you'll see what's kind of going on in the video.
Okay.
Cool.
Using Athena to search through historical CloudTrail log data. You'll see here, I've got a SQL query. I'm going to do this in the Sandbox account. So you'll see I've already got a few of these tables set up. So we already have an April one. Created that using this query. So let's go with May. So you just create your table name. So US East CT logs May. And we just need to change the location where it's searching. 205. And you can take this as far as you want to. If we wanted to search through all of 2017, we could take it back to 2017. If we wanted to search multiple years, you could just take it back to the US East 1 key within the S3 bucket. But to keep things sane for demo purposes, because a query that big could take a while to run, we'll just do May. So take this, and I'm going to run a new query. And that's going to create our May table. And we're done. So we have US East CT logs May. Now we can query against that. So if we wanted to, for example, list the most frequent API calls for May, we just change this out. May. Drop that in as a new query. And this is going to give us a count, descending by count, of every API call and how many times the call was made, as well as the user that was making them. So this should take 25 or 30 seconds to run. And there we go. So in the places where it applies, it's not like something like VPC flow logs. You'll see we have a user arm. So this was a assume role from AWS batch service role. Here's some stuff that Mike Holcomb did. If we want to take it further than that, we could say, let's look for what Mike Holcomb did in the month of May. I'm picking on you, Mike.
All right. Yeah, so be aware. Lee is watching.
I think you misspelled, Lee. I think you misspelled record.
I did. And watch, the query's not going to work. I told you
Record.
And let's see what we get here.
And Panda, I haven't gotten my MacBook fixed yet. I told you about my E troubles.
Oh, man, that's right. Oh, dude.
I'm like, too many E's.
Doesn't make typos. Record user identity on. There we go.
Are those birds chirping live, or is that as you were recording the video, Lee?
anything.
I think that's actually me. Let me unmute.
That's fine. It's pleasant. I like hearing birds chirp.
Nice ambiance. And did it because it's a source IP address, how many times you made that particular API call, who's doing
So-
instances tag.
I think you guys kind of get the idea. At that point, it's just straight SQL queries. So the script to create tables is in that GitHub repo I mentioned. And that's it. It's pretty easy. There is no Terraform provider for Athena yet, and it's not available in CloudFormation either, to my knowledge. So it's very much an AWS CLI thing or doing it through the console. But I figured I'd do it through the console to make it more apparent what's going on.
Yeah, no.
But that's it. It's easy to use. It's a really easy way to go back and search logs because I've been bit before looking for someone who terminated an instance a couple months ago, and there's no really good way to do it. So now there is.
Do we have any sort of thoughts around, creating these pre-canned queries, just like change, customer ID or whatnot, as the case may be?
Yeah, man, we certainly can, but that's what I kind of mentioned. I'd love to do it with Terraform modules, but I guess we could do null resources or whatever.
Right.
And if someone wants to step up and take that, please do. Like I said, the actual creation of the tables and the sample queries are in Git. I just haven't had a chance to do it as of yet. I would hope that eventually Terraform would make a provider for Athena, but there's not one existing now. So
Yeah, it's still fairly new.
yeah. I mean, I get it, but so it would have to be like a null resources type situation.
Right. All right. Well, this is very cool stuff. It's great to see Athena in action and going from theory to practicality. So good job, Lee. This looks awesome. Guys, do you have any questions for Lee on any of this?
I have a question. I have never researched it. How does Athena bill? Do you have to tear stuff down, or is there like a running bill for it, or you only get billed by query?
So here is my understanding. It's only by query. So we could create these tables like Jason was referencing when we set up a client so that they're there ready to go. But you're only billed when you actually run the query.
And is it
That's
query?
perfect then.
Is it per query, or is it the amount of time the query takes to run? Is there any?
So I think it's the amount of records that a query must search through. So like keeping it scaled down to the month is probably a really good idea.
Yeah, if that's the case.
Yep.
Okay.
Cool.
Awesome.
Cool, man.
All right, Lee. That's awesome, man. Thank you for sharing.
Sure. I'm gonna quit sharing now.
All right. Thanks, Lee. Does anybody else have anything that they want to share or even just talk about today while we're all together?
We have a new guy starting tonight.
Valeri, yeah. Handa, you want to tell us a little bit about Valeri and where he's sitting?
He's going to be working mostly graveyard and a couple of weekend days. So we'll have, and he has some a bit more in-depth technical understanding. He has some practical DevOps experience in AWS, and so that'll shore up some of our shifts that don't have as much tech. So that should really help, especially with companies like Upside and stuff like that need a little bit more stuff going on, or have higher level requests happening when they do happen, albeit infrequently. And then so he should be starting today or this evening, and then I'll getting him going right now, and I'll get him introduced to the evening guys. So yeah. And he's from Ukraine, and his emails come in Russian.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, the headers come in Russian.
Nice. No, I think it's good that Valeri is joining the team. He'll be replacing Shashi. So we're continuing to kind of look at shoring up our weekend crew. Just had a call this morning with a company that is going to handle Hiran Shah, who Lee and I talked to, and Hiran's been like awesome. He might be following several of you right now on LinkedIn. He's been pretty prolific in that regard, but he's already got 3 associate level certs, and he's studying for his pros. So we're looking at really bolstering our weekend coverage with talent that really kind of fits with what we're looking for. So that's where things sit with that. Heron will likely start beginning of November is what we're looking at, November 1 right now. So he has in India, some of the employment laws require 60 days notice before you can switch employers. They did that obviously in response to those times when really a lot of organizations were moving development offshore to India, and developers were hopping from job to job. So they tried to limit the impact of that. So he had to give 60 days notice in order to transfer over to us. But he'll be starting soon too. All right. Anything else, guys, that you want to chat about today, or articles, services, features, things? Everybody's good? All right. I'm going to stop the recording, and